Simple. Our mission
Yes.
is very simple. Our mission is to help great books reach the audience they deserve. So today is not just a spotlight, it's the beginning of a long-term connection between authors, readers, and the Wakeelite community. Once again, thank you for being part of this journey, and we are excited to spotlight your work. Nice meeting you, nice connecting with you. Now, can we keep going? Appreciate the Wakeelite Book Club.
We're with you. Keep going.
Yes. Now, let's start with the
Yes.
introduction. Let's start with author and Ferry. Author Ferry, are we connected?
Okay. Hi.
Please
Yes.
kindly give
Would you like me to just speak?
a short introduction about yourself, your author journey, and a little advice for your readers. Kindly give short introduction about yourself so we can hear more about from you.
Okay. Blessings, everybody. So, roughly about 15 years ago, when I was very, very sick, healing from generational childhood abuse, I got a message when I was lying down in bed in pain that I should start writing. Now, you have to understand that I had a learning disability, and the idea of writing a book was haunting to me. But I listened to that voice and I started to write. Well, my first book was published years ago. It was called Victim to Victory. And that book, I really wasn't interested in promoting it as much as I was just following some sort of message from the divine, whether you believe in God, whether you believe in Jesus, whether you believe in Buddha. It was something of holy. And through that book, because I didn't publish it, I didn't promote it much because there was still a lot of shame around my childhood abuse and my ancestral healing. Um, the magical part about it is the people around the world that needed to find the book did, and they hired me as a trauma coach. And through those years, I became a trauma expert of 8 ancient sciences. Well, when my father passed away in 2022, I had what somebody would call a nervous breakdown, but in the spiritual world, we would call it a spiritual awakening. And I had went through another healing process. So the book that I have out on Amazon called Transcending Victim to Goddess,
Oh,
Part
is
1,
this
was written with my father on the other side. We took 8 chapters of my life, a lot of that being the theater arts and the journey of using the theater arts and mastering tap dancing and show business and mastering singing, and how those tools became a part of sciences. How do I rewire PTSD? How do I rewire childhood abuse? And we start by offering these short stories. And after each story is spiritual questions, psychological questions that not, usually the traditional mental health medical meditations that have PubMed research. And this begins the journey of how I'm able to heal severe generational childhood abuse as well as ancestral. So that gives you a bit of the storyline of my book that's out on Amazon. In regards to writing, we also wanted the self-help chapters afterwards to get you writing, because writing is such an incredible tool and a lot of people don't know the questions to ask about themselves. And so, what were those magical questions that opened the door to more of my story? Because a lot of times we are programmed to listen to everybody else online. We're addicted to social media, we're addicted to podcasts. But I want you to be addicted to yourself. I want you to go deep inside yourself and know yourself more, because everybody has something to share that's innate and that's holy, even if you've come from the dark of the darkest, which I have. So that's a little bit about me. I'm Heather Ann Ferri, and you can follow me on my social media sites at Heather Ann Ferri.
wow? Appreciate. This is so incredible, so incredible. I'm very, we really appreciate your storyline and sharing it with our readers. Do you have any advice you can give the audience before moving up to another author?
The biggest advice that I would give to the audience is any books, because I love books, and any book that you're reading or you choose to purchase to read, I would buy the book and like actually have a physical copy of it. And I would get a journal and I would start writing any thoughts that come to you, what you're learning, the bullet points, or what's opening up your doors. We've gotten away from writing and we've gotten away from reading. We've gotten away from holding. So the reason why this is sort of this size is I wanted people, when you hold this, there's an activation. Holding books because the books have the energy of the author.
Wow.
And so you're getting to get an inside door on that author. And that's personal to your own journey, whether you're an accountant, whether you're a finance person. You know, I've had the honor of working with so many different professions.
So impressive.
And so I would just really, I feel like we need to value books again and set aside a budget to really have them, because you may be the next author. You may be an author of something that you don't even know yet.
Wow, wow,
And that's the beauty of, you read things to inspire you, to develop you.
wow.
I'm writing about how I healed severe brain damage, how I healed a blood disorder, to inspire others to do the same.
That's so incredible.
So that's sort of the wisdom I would share. And I want to finish just by saying, and I didn't know what this platform would be like. I do have to leave at noon. I want to be present for other people, but I have another meeting. But I want to say that there's no coincidences if you're listening to this today.
Wow. Thank you very much.
There's always some angel, something has led you to listen to me or Guy or Robert or Dr. Shana. There is billions of people and billions of souls. And really, it's about aligning with the ones that your soul, is aligned to connect with today,
Thank
to go,
you.
I'm supposed to read that book for whatever reason. So I just send blessings to the person who invited me today. I'm completely honored that I'm able to use my voice, which is a huge gift for me, considering my storyline, if you read my book. But it's also, I want to send blessings to everybody who's on this channel today. And thank you for your
Thank
time.
you very much. Thank you for your time, Otto and Ferri. Now moving to Guy Morris. Join me, welcome Otto Guy Morris. Once I've read his book,
Hello, hello.
I was so incredible. It was so incredible and massive. Now, Guy Morris, kindly give a short introduction about your storyline, your author's journey in 2, 3 minutes.
Storyline, 2, 3 minutes. Okay, well, we're going to get the very, very, very brief version. My journey actually started similar to Heather as a homeless runaway at age 13. I was come from a very abusive background, but by the time I was 20, I had already gotten married. I was a father and desperate to try and figure out how to get my life on track. And I was given the opportunity to go to college. So to me, it was a chance to change my stars from God. I wound up getting multiple degrees. I was accepted into the Harvard MBA program. I got a full scholarship to MBA. I was given a job at IBM because I didn't, even though I was told my whole life that I was worthless and stupid, apparently I was not. And it took decades to figure that out. But it started when I figured out how to solve a problem the Federal Reserve had not been able to solve. I built a macroeconomic model that outperformed the entire world and changed how we build economic models to this day. That started a 4-decade career in Fortune 500 companies working on advanced technologies, like all the advanced technologies we've had over the last 5 decades, working with CEOs and governments and consulting. It was an amazing life. I was able to also record with, I was a songwriter. I recorded with Disney, recorded multiple albums. I earned a Coast Guard charter captain license. I explored different parts of the Caribbean and the Mediterranean, and fought off cartel death threats in Cancun, and went diving with defeat sharks in Maria. I lived an incredible life. But like Heather, I had a breakdown late in my life. I was diagnosed with complex post-traumatic stress. And and to retire and regroup and rethink. And that's when I became an author. I've spent since 2020, I've produced 4 award-winning thrillers
Wow,
that deal with the real dangers of artificial intelligence,
so amazing.
the collapsing geopolitical system, and prophecy in plain sight, but prophecy as an AI would decode it. And the books are, and recently, and you invited me because I recently wrote my first nonfiction book. I have another one coming out this year. The 2 nonfiction books deal with the factual foundations from which I write my fictional stories. The one coming out later in the year will deal with AI. That one would be called The AI Tsunami, a survival guide for humanity. My my AI journey in part was inspired when I discovered that a program had escaped the NSA labs at Sandia. And when I figured out how a spy program could escape the government lab and why they designed it that way, they sent 2 FBI agents to my door.
Wow.
That was a great night, and inspired that passion for understanding how governments were misusing this
Thank you
technology.
very much.
And the other one, the one that just came out, was called Prophecy Analytics: How to Discern Prophecy in Plain Sight with Mathematical Validation. That describes a non dogma, a non theology based analytical approach to understanding how to see that we're living in the most complex, incredibly different world than any time in history on a number of different levels. And I realized that there's an actual mathematical correlation between prophecy and modern world events that has cumulative probabilities exceeding 3 trillion to 1. So there's a mathematical correlation, and I wanted to understand that prophecy is not about a angry deity coming to destroy humanity, but a warning of how we would do it to ourselves. And this is a decoding of watching how we're doing that over generation after generation. And it opened my eyes and changed my views of a lot of things spiritually and biblically and in my own life. So my books are really about my own journey in a sense, but I rather than talk about myself, I write books in great character so that you can experience those discoveries as a reader on your own.
Wow, that's really amazing. Appreciate. Thanks for your short storyline, Author Guy
Thank you.
Morris. We really appreciate your time. We really commend your incredible and passionate author's journey. Thanks for today. Now moving
Thank
to
you.
Robert Clayton, if I'm right. Nice connecting with you as well. In short, 2 to 3 minutes, kindly give a short storyline about your author's journey. What has been the inspired part of the journey?
Um, I'm R.O. Clayton, and I write to entertain. I retired from my engineering career back in 2012 and started a science fiction trilogy called the Evolution River series, which follows human evolution going forward, not looking back to who did what. I did a historical novel called Wings of the Wasp. My mother was a pilot in World War II. So I decided to do that as a tribute to her. I did a children's book with my granddaughter because she was afraid of spiders. Penelope the Pooting Spider, that didn't work. And then I started a sci-fi thriller series. And I'm on book 9 in that series now. Each book is about the hot topic of the day. And the last one I wrote is a paranormal, and it's a ghost story written by the ghost. And it explores what happens after death and where we're going. Most of my books have some theological or metaphysical theme that runs through them. And they are to inform, but also to entertain. And in Wings of the Wasp, instead of doing sort of a run through on the history of the women's Air Force service pilots, I decided a novel would be the way to go. And I had fun with it. So that's my career as a writer. I have not done promotion, only I'm starting it now. I just cranked out books. So,
Okay.
yeah, promotion.
What if
I didn't,
you find some opportunities with Wakeelite Publishing to promote your books or to get your books out there with advanced marketing strategy?
I'm open to doing promotion now, and I've embarked on a trip of doing that. So it's not what I enjoy. I enjoy writing, but what can I say? The promotion is to put what I write in front of readers, and that's what I'm trying to do. There are messages in there, and Guy, yes, I did a book called Dead Space, which actually looks at AI through a humorous story. And the AI comments regarding humanity, I think you would be laughing out loud about some of those. I did another one on cybercrime called Deadware, and there was one way to handle cybercrime. I did one called Dead Prey, which has to do with Mexican cartels. So as you can see, as I write, it's the topics of the day. The one that you brought up when you approached me was Dead Reckoning.
Yes,
This
yes.
was a 2016 book about a cyber and bio attack on the United States. Voila, what happens with COVID? Here we are. So was it prophetic? In some ways it was. And as I said, I have a lot of fun with that. So that's my story. I'm a writer. I enjoy writing, and now I'm going to try and roll up my sleeves and look at doing some promotion work.
No problem. Nice hearing from you as well. I believe author Maurice is also trying to get into marketing as well.
Um, yes, I think he is. I am.
No, I mean author
Uh,
Guy Maurice. I think.
I, I am, but I'm very cautious about doing it. My whole goal in becoming an author was not to pull from savings to survive, but to grow profitably. So I build my promotion as I can grow profitably, and so I'm very careful about where I spend. I'm being asked this year because I have a new book coming out on AI that maybe to do more PR promotion with
Wow,
maybe some television spots
that's
and
very
radio
nice.
spots.
That's very nice.
So
What if Wakeelite Publishing is supporting your upcoming book to be published on Amazon?
I'm
I
talking to
mean,
me on
what
that?
if Wakeelite Publishing we undo or we support your publishing to Amazon, publishing the upcoming books to Amazon? Are you welcome to that?
I recently started working with Book Baby on a program where they will help me out in doing promotion.
Hmm, no
And
problem.
they put out a great
No,
great video on my latest book, I Ghost.
no problem. I believe we
So I'm
can.
hoping that that brings some attention. My website will have that also. The website is rlclaytonbooks.com.
No problem. I believe we can collaborate better more than this and how it's going to be a productive strategy to your author's journey. Now moving to Dr. Shana. Nice for being here today and thanks for the free author spotlight. Dr. Shana, we are happy to hear from you. Please, in 2 to 3 minutes, kindly give a short introduction about your author journey. How has it been inspired or your advice to the readers in 2 to 3 minutes?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. And thank you for the invite. Hello, everyone. My name is actually Sheena, and it's spelled like Shana. I am Dr. Shana Gourdine. I am an empowerment advocate, inspirational author, motivational speaker, and a founder of Shana Master Motivation. My work focuses on helping people heal, grow, and rediscover their purpose, especially those who have experienced difficult seasons in their life. My journey into writing didn't begin in a place of comfort. It came from the life changing incidents. I've experienced domestic violence, chronic illness, miscarriage, and the pain of personal loss. There were times in my life where I felt broken, misunderstood, and unsure on how to move forward. But through faith and healing and self discovery, I learned that our pain does not have to be the end of our story. Instead, it can become very thing that shapes your purpose. That is realization and what led me to writing. Writing became my healing space. It allowed me to find my voice again. It allowed me to share my journey in the way that inspires others the way to walk through their own difficult times. Today, I am a author of 10 books, many focused on healing, empowerment, faith, purpose growth, which worked in the center of encouraging people to turn their pain into a purpose and reminding them that their story still matters. I've also been blessed to receive several recognitions for my work,
Wow.
including multiple book awards, honors, and as well an honorary doctorate degree, a Presidential Life Achievement Award, the Community Work Impact, and this recognition truly humbling. But for me, the greatest work is knowing that something I wrote or shared helps someone feel seen or encouraged or inspired. In addition to book release, I've currently have three more on the way that will be coming out in the next few months. Continuing the mission of sharing stories, uplifting motivations, helping others heal. On the project that is very close to my heart, my anthology, Turning My Pain into Purpose, which brings to people together powerful stories, resilient healing, and transformation. It reminds me that even in our darkest moment, purpose can still rise from the pain. I've written children books, like The Power in Your Voice, Owning the Bullies, and Come and Learn Your A to Z with Me, which help children understand bullying and the purpose of confidence and kindness. I believe in empowerment should it begin early, helping young people to learn that their voice matters too. Beyond writing in Owen and the Bullies, I'm also the author of Unmasking Motivation magazine, a platform where individuals share their testimony, their business journey, inspiring stories of overcoming life and challenges. Everything I do is rooted to create a safe space where people can remove their masks. They can be hiding behind the beginning to walk in confidence in their healing and purpose. And so when I come into this space like the book club, I can not only be an author, but I can be someone deeply believing in the power of storytelling. Book that has ability to heal, to connect, and to remind us that we are not alone and that we go through things. My hope is that through my stories, my books, and my conversations, we leave someone with the feeling of encouragement,
Sure, sure,
keep
sure.
going, keep healing, and to remember that your story is being written.
Wow, that's really incredible. I really value your comments and your acknowledgement. Wow, that's so impressive.
Thank you.
Yes. You when do you say you are launching another book in upcoming your upcoming session?
I'm actually about to launch an anthology this month. It's called God Met Me in the Dark. I have 9 authors that I allowed to share their story about how God met them in the dark of place
I
to bring them to their
I
purpose.
mean when are you publishing your next book?
This month,
This month. Wow. March?
yes,
Wow.
March.
That's really impressive and we can't wait to also make some contributions on the publication of the book. Thank you very much. Nice meeting
Thank
you.
you.
Wakeelite
Thank
Publishing
you
is
very
here to
much.
support on a long-term relationship.
I
Do
appreciate.
you have a website?
I do.
You,
It's
you, you
called
can
it's called
paste you
ShinaMasterMotivation.com.
can paste your website link to the chat box so readers can check through it and get some more information.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now moving to Dr. Richard Mazza. Kind,
Yes, sir.
kind of
How are
tell
you?
us where are you connecting from?
Pardon me? Can you hear me?
I said, can you tell us where are you connecting from?
I'm I'm in Maryland.
Okay. In 2 to 3 minutes, kindly give a short storyline about your author's journey, the inspired part of it, the challenging part of it.
I'm a relatively new author on the scene.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I said, give a 2 3 minute speech about your author's journey.
Okay. I started writing about 2 years ago. My first novel was actually a fiction based on a character that I created who, through self hypnosis and mathematics, learned how to do everything he wanted to do perfectly. And because of that, he became very bored with his life and realized that he had never committed a perfect crime. And the book goes into him soliciting requests from different characters and different people in order to do what they wanted done perfectly, uh, so that nobody was led to the incident in any way. The book that actually was I invited on is a nonfiction called Contradiction of Thoughts, an Enigma of Depression. And it's based on a true story of a family dealing with severe postpartum depression. And it gives a whole story of the entire journey that they went through trying to deal with it. It was actually in the early 80s when there was very little known about postpartum psychosis. That became something that was more prevalent years later. But they were trapped in a time when the United States did not recognize postpartum psychosis as a true mental disorder. And therefore, there was a lot of mistreatment, misdiagnosis, and so forth that led this family on this journey that unfortunately ended up with an infanticide. Uh, the book is meant for readers to take light of the incident and understand that there are different things to do, and it points out that the most important thing is, if you're dealing with depression, is make sure you're being treated by people who recognize what that depression is and what type of depression it is, in order to avoid any kind of tragedy. So that's pretty much it. I'm kind of new to this, so I do have a website, rkmazzabooks.com, and
Kindly,
it has a lot of good
kindly
information
send
about
your website link to the
contradiction
chat
of
box.
thoughts. Pardon me? I'm sorry, I didn't understand you.
I said, kindly paste your website link to the chat box as others have done. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ pariwo.
The website is rkmazzabooks.com.
Now, thank you very much. Now, moving to, is there any more authors here? Author Samantha, are you active here?
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Wow,
Yes, I am here. I
wow,
apologize.
wow. Nice meeting
Um,
you, nice connecting with you, Author Samantha. in 2 to 3 minutes.
Nice
Kindly
meeting you
give
as
a short
well.
storyline about your author's journey so readers can hear from you and benefit from your storyline.
Sure. So I am a very new author. My book, The Closet Jungle, was published in November of last year, so just a few months ago. Um, I really have just started my author's journey. I am a full-time teacher, mother, and wife. And my children love dinosaurs. However, most of the children's books for dinosaurs are extremely factual and very dry. They don't allow for imagination or anything of that sort. So I decided that I would have my boys help me, and we created our first book. I am hoping to make it into a series. It's based on the scariness of the closet because my youngest was afraid of the closet. Um, so we made it into an adventure. He told me which dinosaurs needed to be where and what he wanted to do in it, and then my older one told me what experiences he wanted in it. So it was a full family affair. My husband was even the editor for the book, so it worked out quite perfectly. I do have a website. My website is swfowler.com,
Right?
FOWLER.com. So yeah, it's a new thing, but I'm glad to be on this journey.
Wow. Have you also engaged in some strategies on how to get your books out there to your readers?
Well, my books are currently on Barnes and Noble website as well as Amazon and my website itself. Um, right now, for marketing and such, I've just been going with what my publisher expresses is needed, as they haven't done me wrong yet. So I just keep going with them.
Yes, I understand. Thank you very much. Nice from hearing from to hear from you. Moving back to
Thank you.
other authors that have given comments in the group. Do you have any feedback or acknowledgement to give to Wakeelite Publishing for giving the opportunity for this free spotlight today? Is there anyone that have?
I'm very thankful for this.
Wow, thank you very much.
I apologize. I'm very thankful for this spotlight. This is actually my first time being spotlighted, so
Wow,
this is a big honor.
wow, thank you very much. Dr. Shana, do you have any acknowledgement for Wakeelite Book Club on giving you this kind of opportunity?
I do. I'm very honored to be a part of the book club spotlight. I've done several, but this is an amazing honor
Wow,
to be a part and be able to be visual in front of a new set of eyes.
wow, thank you very much. Meeting new authors, meeting new readers to engage with your books. Wow, that's amazing. We look forward to featuring you next time on a personal featuring. You will be able to mingle with the readers, ask questions personalized with with your books, and more if you want. We can schedule a personal spotlight for you personally. I think you'll be interested in
Yeah, we
this.
can talk about it.
Will you be interested in this? Having a personal featuring to the
Yeah,
spotlight.
we can have a meeting about it.
No problem.
Yes, we can have a meeting about it.
No problem. No problem. No problem. Now moving to Mr. Author Richard. Do you have any acknowledgements or feedback about the Wakeelite Book Club before ending this conversation?
Well, I want to thank you for inviting us all here. It's always good to be in front of readers and book clubs, and it's always an honor to be selected. Thank you.
No problem. We look forward to featuring you more, 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 and more. Thank you very much. We we can propose you a personal featuring to meet our readers. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard. Now, Guy Morris, what's your acknowledgement? What's your feedback about the Wakeelite Book Club before ending this event?
Well, I don't do a lot of promotions because I get most of my sales through direct sales events. But it's always an honor to be on the podcast and this to be on a book club like this, to where I'm meeting other readers. Thank you very much for this honor. I very much appreciate it. And it's always great to meet readers. I do that all summer long with my book signings, but it's interesting to do it virtually. So thank you very much for the honor.
Thank you very much, Guy Morris. I believe this spotlight, this free spotlight, is giving a trust to you now that Wakeelite Book Club can offer you more benefit.
It certainly is helpful. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now, Robert Clayton, what's your
I want to
feedback
thank you.
and this spotlight as it give a trust to you that
I want to
Wakeelite Book
thank you
Club can
very much
offer you
for
more benefit
inviting
than
me.
this?
Uh, this is a great forum, and it gives us a chance to be out and be seen. As I said, I've done little in promotion, and I'm going to try and embark and do a little bit more on that, because if I sold 1,000 books tomorrow, I still wouldn't break even. So it's time for promoting. And I thank Wakeelite Book Club for doing that.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate your time. And we are ready to support your vision, support your mission on how to get your book publication a standout level and connect with more readers, more authors within your reach. Thank you very much. Now, author Ferri, is she still in this spotlight? I'm Ferri. Oh, she's not here anymore. She is not here anymore. Our regards to everyone. Nice meeting you here. Nice connecting with you. And thanks for having the trust in Wakeelite Book Club. We hope to be featuring you more times, many times next week, next month, connecting with new readers, new authors, and be expecting our feedback on your mail personally to get more information to you. I believe you have a great day. Hello?
You have a great day as
Yes, thank you
well.
very much. Bye.